is 50 years old today. His show is like next week, isn't it? Or
2 weeks.
2 weeks
Yeah.
at the Romo Fijo. Dave Chappelle. We're running the weirdest advertisement for Chappelle.
I know.
They're like, you know who he is. It's his birthday. And then like little weird clips of Dave Chappelle in the middle. He's like, hey, come see me. It's going to be a great birthday, which is today. And why did I think he was older than 50? Not much older, but I thought he was like closer to my age. I mean, I'm 52, but I thought he was north of 50 already. Evidently not, since today is his birthday. I'll have that trip to Vegas for you in a few minutes, that keyword to put you at our iHeartRadio Music Festival. You know, normally I'd be like, hey, get out of this awful weather or go to Vegas. Did you see the flooding in Vegas?
No.
The strip was like a river because it's got nowhere to go, right? So people were posting a video of the nonstop rain there in Las Vegas. It's just going straight down the main drag there on the strip. Looked like 90 West last night. I don't know if people had to be kayaked out of their cars in Las Vegas. Boy, a lot of people have seen a lot of bands a lot of times. People were texting me in the break. Alan, I've seen Fall Out Boy 12 times.
I would do that.
I've seen Tori Amos 12 times. Show me where the doll hurt you. Show me on the doll where you were hurt.
Why'd I gotta be hurt?
Tori Amos 12 times.
I don't even know who that
You're
is.
not into feeling good when you're...
And also, Tori Amos ain't exactly on tour all the time. So that means you go back a ways with Tori Amos.
Or
Right.
they go multiple times on the same tour.
That could be it, too.
That's why they don't call her Tori Amos,
Okay.
Bill.
All right.
I get it.
Alan, I've seen Clutch 7 times. All right. I've seen Pearl Jam 26 times.
Damn.
Alan, my favorite is that Poundcake wants Celine Dion to get better. Not for her, but so that he can see her again.
Right.
That is pretty good. Alan, I've seen the Chardon Polka Band more than 10 times.
That's pretty good.
Purpose?
Yes, you don't accidentally stumble into a Chardon Polka
Well,
Band.
it might be that seems
gig.
like a band that might be playing an outdoor festival or a fair or something.
Well, you're still seeing them.
That's what I mean. You could just go
Unless
to the
they
fair.
have maybe people who follow them around or something. You think the Chardon Polka Band has
polka dots?
polka dots that follow them around? Yeah. Get your hands off me. I'm a polka dot. I was born Polka Dorothy. Alan, I've seen Metallica at least 7 times. At least. I wonder at most how many you've seen. I've seen Fish 28 times.
Boo.
Yeah, but Fish fans, first
That's
of all.
what they do.
Yeah.
I know.
It's your
I
whole
mean,
personality.
It's fine. Listen, there's bands I love. I've seen Steely Dan a handful of times, but I'm probably done seeing them.
Okay, but like a handful 3 or a handful 8?
3, 4, maybe. I mean, you know, when he was alive and touring, I mean, again, this goes back 20 plus years, I would see Warren Zevon every time he came to town.
He's dead?
He died 20 years ago,
No, he
yeah.
didn't.
I hope not. I'd love to go see him again.
It's part of the Illuminati.
Laurie's Guns and Money and... Alan, if you go to metal shows, you've definitely seen Mastodon multiple times. I've seen them 1 time. I was going to go see him this last time, but then I had a ticket stop, so I didn't make it. But I've seen Mastodon 1 and that was a long time ago. That was before Mastodon blew up. I couldn't get anybody to go with me to that show. But I haven't seen him since that.
I feel like you also don't try that hard to get people to go to shows with you.
I mean, back then I did.
Yes,
Oh,
good
okay.
point.
I learned my lesson, so I don't do that
Just
anymore.
going solo's awesome.
I think so.
I love it.
Plus, I'm not trying to... Listen, metal's a niche thing. I get it. I'm not trying to drag people to metal shows, right? And, by the way, if you are a metal fan, I would say maybe more so than other genres, you have to gauge what kind of metal fan your friend is. You know, I'm a guy that stands there, arms crossed, bobs my head.
That's
right?
Brian.
Yes, it's a good time. If your friend is like a in the pit guy, banging his head, screaming that's just as legitimate. That's a great way to enjoy a show too. That ain't me. So you got to know, You go to a pop show, everybody's screaming the lyrics. They're all 16-year-old girls, whatever. Alan has seen Rush 23 times.
Damn.
And it stopped there, didn't it? I've seen Richard Marx 7 times. I like what I would define as more obscure artists than people. Because no matter what band you're talking about, they will have devoted fans. This person says, I've seen the Airborne Toxic Event 6 times. That's what I'm talking about.
That's as many times as they played.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, So, yeah, I've seen Guar 20 times. 20 times. I've seen the Dave Matthews Band 20 times, somebody said. That's a lot of times. Like, at what point do you go, because after a while, it just becomes your thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to go see them.
Go see Dave.
Right.
You meet up with your concert friends. And
which is cool. I mean, but it's like
thing.
the people who travel, and I'm like, how do you manage that? This person says, I'm not kidding, I've seen Tool 69 times.
Nice.
And I'll take you at your word that you're not joking. But again, I like Tool, but one Tool show is a slog. You got to really like.
Their song's like 48 minutes
Well,
long.
they're not that long, but it's a lot of like prog. You got to really be into like prog metal wanking.
Well,
and I love Danny Carey, and it's great, but I mean, like, I saw Tool like on the first Lollapalooza. I think was the first time I saw them as they were kind of blown up. But and they're great. Love Tool, but to see them that many times, again, your money, your ears, you do you. But
Tool was the band that I saw, and then continued to party that night, and then did the Hangover show where I was laying on the ground throwing up.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
That was 2019, slightly before the pandemic.
Yep. Alan, I've seen the Alan Cox Show comedy tour 3 times.
Oh, that's too much.
And you will probably never see it again.
Oh, we're not going to rent out Romo Fijo like the sales team wanted?
Motley Crue 4 times. I've seen Eddie Money 18 times.
My goodness.
I've seen Mushroomhead 50 plus times.
Well, they're local too, though.
Yeah, but you still have to go see them.
Still gotta go.
There's all kinds of local bands that would murder to have people see them 50 times, buy-in tickets. I've seen Bush 30 times, someone says. Wow.
And here, Alan's never even seen me do comedy unless it's the Alan Cox Show comedy tour. How many times have you come to see me or Bill live, Alan?
I like to keep the relationship professional.
It is professional.
Most
Come
do that
support our
professionally.
other profession.
Mary, don't give me homework, all
I'll
right?
do what I want.
This is school. My time is when I leave work. I like to leave work at work.
Damn, he's got me.
Yeah, of course I do. I leave work at work. Thank you.
Someone just sent me a picture of the Lorain County Fairgrounds, and it's still very flooded.
No! Well, okay.
Ew.
Oh, what was that? God, why do you care so much about the Lorain County Fair?
Because it's the only time I get to see the people I used to go to school with. And see how I...
Who wants to see the people they used to go to school with? Ugh. For what?
No! God, please, no!
Alan, I've seen Foles over 15 times. I bet you guys don't even know Foles.
I know Foles.
I
don't.
love Foles.
I gotta tell my
But
friend.
I would not go see him 15 plus times. Foles are awesome. But like no band, listen, they're going to come out with new material, but every band kind of operates in their arena, right? They're not coming out. Foles is not going to show up on tour doing hardcore dubstep. Like, you know what they do.
Yeah, but you like it. That's why you go so many times.
I know. And I'm a weird cat. I get it. Like, there's bands I like, but I
I'm really
would not
bummed.
go see them 9 times.
I'm bummed that Cake's coming.
Me
and
too.
I'm not going to be able to go. Well, I'm bummed that I can't go. Can you go on my behalf?
9
Who?
times.
You.
Me?
Go see Cake for me. Tell
I
me how it
will
is.
not. I will not.
Bootleg the show.
I will not. Guar is also a stage. They're all stage shows. I know what you mean, but I've seen OAR 91 times. Who are you people?
That's too much.
This is all weird. Who are you?
No,
Who are you
91 is
people?
ridiculous.
The traveling and the, I went to Omaha. Do you have a job? Like what? Yeah, I leave my kids with my mom, and I go, what? Whatever, right? Whatever makes people happy, whatever puts people in a positive frame of mind that keeps them from killing someone or hurting someone, I say go do it. Obviously, it's very strange to me, but that doesn't mean anything. You do you. Alan, I've never been to a concert. That's the other end of the spectrum.
The people who say, I
You
don't
have
really like music.
You have the people that have never been to a live performance of music, and then people who've seen OAR 91 times.
I was seeing a guy for a little while, and we were, talking the one time, and I asked him what kind of music he was into, and he's like, I don't really like music. And I was like, are you for real? I thought he was joking with me. And he was like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just not really that big into music. And I was like, are you gonna cut me up? Like, are you a serial killer who's not into music?
Some
No
people
type
aren't.
of music.
My
at
mom.
That's what I said. I
Bill's
said not.
mom. My
But your
mom.
mom is an old Mormon lady. That's
Yeah, but she
different.
wasn't always.
He was like a young hot guy.
Yeah, but Mormons
but,
like music.
Mormons love music. Like my dad likes
Osmonds.
music a lot, but my mom just like.
No, that's
really.
a red flag. If someone told me that they don't like music, like
That's what I said. I'm like,
I
you're
don't
gonna
like
murder me.
you don't like sounds, like bitch, it's a sound. You don't like it. There's no sound that you find soothing.
It might just not be music for them. It might be nature sounds.
That's music. There's literally
That's not music.
To my ears.
No.
like Enya has some nature sounds in her
You
music.
and Enya.
But she is a musician.
Bring up Enya.
She is a musician who supplements her.
Listen to Earth Song by
Work
Michael
with-
Jackson.
Let me get you to Vegas here. Hopefully the flooding will be done in a month. Maybe they'll get a new round of flooding. Who knows?
Who
But
knows?
you'll
Still have
be at the
fun.
T-Mobile Arena with Foo Fighters and Fall Out Boy, who somebody just told me they've seen
12.
many, many times, 12 times. And you and a pal, good luck.
Now, your chance at a trip to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword festival to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's festival to 200-200.
Remember that you can vote up until Tuesday. I don't know what time, maybe
I think probably the whole day.
Midnight.
whole day, midnight on Tuesday, at clevescene.com for our own Cody Brown, who has been nominated for Best Sports Talker in Cleveland Scene's Best of 2023. And we think it would be a hoot if you helped him win that. So you go to clevescene.com. You can vote once a day, and we've been imploring people to do that. Sadly, our own Bill Squire did not make the list of 2023's most powerful people in podcasting. I'm sorry, Bill.
So there's always next year. So
There is always next year. That's right.
Joe Rogan, number one.
I don't see that.
Really? I'm surprised.
I don't know who did this list, but I mean, I also don't know how they determine who's powerful in podcast. I guess listeners, this is Podcast News Daily.
I would assume that means someone who can, like an influencer, who can suggest something on their podcast and a bunch of people go do it. Whether it's buy a product or do a certain workout or a 30-day challenge or whatever,
maybe.
you know?
Right. I'm not seeing anyone that I've ever heard of, but
you know,
Who's on there?
well, I guess I've heard of Huberman. I've heard of Alex Cooper.
I like you
Because she got the big payday from.
Bill Simmons.
Is he on there?
Yeah.
That's Run DMC, right?
No.
Yes.
Conan.
Uh-huh.
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
Draymond Green.
There you go. Anyway, our own Bill Squire. I'm sorry. I was
That's all
hoping
right.
that you'd
I
be on
wasn't-
there.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's on here.
But yeah. Charlemagne the God.
My guy.
Again, it always helps when you already have a built-in audience
Mm-hmm.
that you
Weird.
can bring. I know that you can bring over. People are like, I've been doing a podcast now for like a month, and I can't figure out why I'm not a millionaire. Yeah,
He's
it's
on
not
a
how-
nationally syndicated radio show.
right. Alan, my favorite music is that, of course, Pee Pee Poo Poo song. Boy, that really
I
has
would
taken
love to see Celine
really
Dion
has
do that live.
taken Northeast Ohio by storm.
What I like to do, pee pee poo, poo poo poo. I like to do too, poo poo pee pee poo. Poo poo pee pee poo poo pee 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 poo poo poo. Oh, pee pee's what I like to do, pee pee poo poo poo. I like to do too, poo poo pee pee poo.
Love it. Alan, I've seen Elton John 40 times, including the final U.S. show at Dodger Stadium.
Impressive.
One person saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in concert.
How many times?
How many times? Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe one. I don't know. But again, tickets are so expensive now. I mean, they've never been cheap, but I mean, if you're old enough, you can go back to when you get a $10 ticket to see Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, you know.
One of the best.
But now,
clips.
like, regular shows are expensive, let
Yeah.
alone, like, marquee bands that you're going to see dozens and dozens of times. I'm just fascinated by how people are doing that.
One of the best clips from, I think it was Sally Jesse Raphael, is that touring Ninja Turtles concert that they did was doing an interview to a bunch of people that had no idea what was going on. So it's these dudes in a costume, and they got a girl that plays April O'Neil, and they're making like interspecies relationship jokes about hooking up with April, and the audience is just like, what is going on?
This was on her show?
Yeah, I think it was Sally Jesse Raphael.
Okay.
When I went to see John Mayer in Detroit and I dropped $500 to be fourth row, remember I told you there was that girl next to me who said she had seen him like 107 times or something like that, and she had John Mayer tattooed, just the name, John Mayer, one John on her right forearm, Mayer on her left forearm. Like, there's some crazy psycho fans out there. And I was like, if I spent $500 on this seat, now I'm not saying she's sitting fourth row every time, but 100 times?
That's those parasocial relationships that they talk about
Yeah.
when people feel. I think this might be an Oprah clip, Bill. Is
Maybe,
that a chance?
was it Oprah? Wow.
Well, I have
Yeah,
a
maybe
clip.
maybe it is Oprah.
I have a clip here that's Oprah from like way back in the day
Yeah.
when she was probably still like a local Chicago show.
Yeah, this is.
Let me ask you this. Do you sometimes wish that April was a turtle?
Whoa, definitely.
Conceptually, that works for me.
You know, I've been trying Where you going? Oprah.
Man, I cracked myself up.
Oprah, I've been trying to talk her into an interspecies relationships for months now.
Whoa, man.
And she won't do it.
She can't hold her breath.
No, she can't do it.
The biggest problem is she can't hold her breath long enough, you know?
Well, okay, coming up, the turtles are going
And then they cut to the kids who are just like staring.
Like, what?
So they're trolling the audience.
Yeah, I forgot that was on Oprah.
Being a reporter, it's hard for me not to analyze. And the good thing about these guys.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what any of that is, but so April was she was the girl in that show.
Yeah, she was like a
civilian human girl,
like a reporter.
She's a reporter, yeah.
Alan, I've seen, sadly, I've heard this show more than 100 times. Sadly for you, I have performed this show thousands of times, and trust me, it doesn't get any better.
There's good days and other good days.
Alan, I've seen Coheed 10 times, but strangely, never Cambria. Hey, do you...
That's very impressive. 'cause
When
they're
we
usually
come
together.
back, do you want to talk to Mary Santorum?
Of course.
Usually Mary Santorum calls when our own Mary Santora is gone, but today...
I can go.
Huh?
What?
No, I want you to enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
I want you, especially since she's so complimentary of you.
She does love
know?
me.
There's a lot of times where people give you a hard time, but when Mary Santorum calls, I think it's a nice little, it's a nice little, you know,
I
some
think they
smoke
have
up your ass.
I think they have a good back and forth.
I think so too. It's the banter.
Playful, yeah.
Yeah, it's the playful banter. All right, I got a break. You want to send a text 35192, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. An aquatic event 4 years in the making.